Hi, how are you today? This is Auntie Nat's Crochet. Glad you choose this tutorial video. Do subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is at this corner over here. It will mean a lot to me. I have hundreds over videos in my channel, so do check them out. And today I'm gonna make a handphone bag with this granny square. My first granny square handphone bag. So this is a heart-shaped granny square. So I have 4 of these. You just need 4 to make a handphone bag. You can either make it horizontal or vertical, so up to you. You can make it this way or you can make it this way. This way means you're going to put your handphone in like this. This way means you're going to put your handphone in like this. And I even make a lining for it. So what I did is I get some lining cloth, measure it against the 2 granny square, so it has to be smaller than a granny square, of course. Then I'm gonna sew it on to the granny square. And yeah, by the way, the pattern to this granny square is in the earlier post. I will share it in the description box below, the tutorial for this granny square. Okay, now for a start, I'm going to join these 2 together. I think I'm going to make a granny square this way and not this way. I think I prefer it this way. So now I'm going to sew these 2 together. So this is the right side and this is the wrong side. Okay, this is the right side and this is the wrong side. So we're gonna put the right side and the right side together. Wait, let me see. It should be this way. If you want it this way, you fold it this way and you sew here. But I want it this way. So I'm gonna fold it like this and sew here. So that when it opens up, the heart shape is correct. Unless, of course, you want to do it this way. It's up to you. It's okay. It still looks nice to have a, it's your choice. It's a pattern as well. So I want my heart shape to be like this. Okay, my handphone bag. So I'm gonna put it this way and I'm gonna sew here. So I just cut a bit of the yarn, this yarn, the exact same yarn. Okay, because the granny square from here to here and here, every granny square is, the same pattern here is of the same number of stitches, so that it's easier to sew. Here I have a chain 2 and here I have a chain 2 as well. So I'm going to go to that first chain 2. Instead of this one, I'm going to go to this side. I'm going to use only 1 loop. You see the V shape here. I'm only going to sew on the, depending whether you want to call this the back loop or the front loop, okay? But I just show you visually it's this side. I do not want to confuse anyone with the terms front loop or back loop, unless it's for written pattern that I have no choice. I have to write something. And here, same thing. This side we're not going to do over here. We're going to work on the back loop, the one at the back. Okay, this row we leave it inside. So we're going to use this row here with this row. We're not going to use 2 strands, we're just going to use 1. So from here you sew here. Here normally I will make a knot. And hide the tail, hide this tail here. Let me hide this tail first. So that it won't come off easily. hide it inside here. You want, you can hide more, maybe somewhere around this double crochet corner here. It's kind of tight to hide here. Okay, hide it between here and the balance. You can just cut it off. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one. I already make one stitch here. Now we go to the next stitch, the first double crochet here. Take this from here and this from the other side. Don't take two, only take one. Do not take two. No, take two of it. Just take one of it, the top one. And you go through and through. Just now we went up, now we're coming down. And again, because the number of stitches is the same, see, it should be very easy to see. This is the slip stitch part. This is where I start and end my, not start, this is the end of the crochet. So I make a knot there. This is my first granny square handphone bag. And I hope to make more in the future. Okay, normally I will stop at the space area here. There's a chain 2. It's a chain 2 space area, so I take one of the chain, that's all. Oops. Okay, so see it's joined nicely. So here normally I would just make 1 or 2 more stitch, and I go hide my yarn. And go to these knots here, or this knot, and go hide a bit of the yarn there. Hide as much as you can, and then I'll just cut it away. And there I have it. It's very easy to do actually, but I would prefer to have a lining inside, because sometimes with this double crochet and single crochet your phone gets stuck among on this thread. because earlier I did ang pao handphone bag. It's the size of a handphone bag, but I call it an ang pao bag. So when I insert my, you know, the ang pao where Chinese New Year, during Chinese New Year we will give out red packets, those are called ang pao. So when I put in my ang pao, it's kind of difficult to put because it will kind of get stuck in all these corners. So this time round I'm going to add lining. So I cut something like this. I sew all the sides here, and I intend to sew it onto the granny square before I join these two here. Okay, meaning that I have to sew it within like this. So I still have this part here to sew this onto this. And you just grab thread and needle, the normal thread and needle. If you want to machine sew, which I don't really like because I do not like to see that line here. You know, when you machine sew, you will see one row of machine sew line here, right? I prefer to hand sew because when I hand sew, I sew on the strand inside, and the outside will not notice. It will not be shown outside. So I'll just sew here. So when you sew, you're gonna sew one stitch on the back and one stitch on the lining. So let me sew this part here first. I'm gonna sew all the way until here, and I'm gonna join this, and later I would have to sew it here too. I would have to sew it here first, then join the part here. If you have any other way of making a lining for your granny square, I mean this size, let me know, but I find that this is the easiest way. Now I'll come back to you once I have these two nicely fastened and see how it looks like. Okay, I've decided to change the granny square pattern. This side will be the heart shape, this side will be the club shape, so that you have one bag but it looks as if you have two bags. Because sometimes when you carry your handphone bag onto your body, a sling bag, you have the heart shape as the front, and sometimes we have it like this as the front. So you have two sides of it. I haven't finished sewing the whole thing. The reason why I need to sew this instead of making a bag and insert it inside and sew just the top is that this cloth, when you put your handphone in, and this bag is kind of narrow, and when you pull your handphone out, this one will follow. It might follow, so depending on what type of material you use. So every time you pull your handphone out, then the cloth would follow, and every time you have to push it in, it's kind of hassle. So now I'm gonna sew it like this. I've sewed this part. I have sewed this part here. Now I have to make sure this side is the right side. I'm going to use this pattern instead. This looks like a club. This granny square pattern is also in my earlier post, and I will also share the tutorial video of this granny square in the description box below. So you're going to have this and this. So one side you're going to have this, and one side you're going to have this. Even for this, there's a difference. Here it's deeper, so this represents the top of the heart, top of the heart shape. So here it's not so deep, so this will be the top. Same goes for here. So place it like this first, and then you open up. And this one, when you open up, will not reach there because of here. So now pull it up here, pull it up to the top, so that when you fold, there's a gap. So when you fold it, you would see there's a small gap here, and here you got space to sew. So here I'm just gonna sew around here. And also here, all the way down until here, and flip it over. So once I flip it over, it will look like this slightly. You're still able to put your handphone. So what I did is I just pinch a bit of this so it will not show in front. Oops. Oh, it came off. Okay, you put through. And then you just do one stitch here. And one more on the double crochet stitch here, and one more here, and you carry on until here, and when you flip, you still have space for you to sew the sides. I'll come back to you once I have it nicely fastened. Okay, now I'm gonna sew it together. So I've done this, and obviously it can't open up nicely because it's sewed here. Now I'm gonna join here. Make sure you join the right spot. If you seal here, your phone can't go in. Okay, I'm gonna start by, there's a chain 2 here in this granny square, the chain 2 space. I'm gonna use this one instead of this one. I'm gonna use this one, and you see the V shape here, and I'm going to use this strand here, and this side I'm going to use this strand here. Right, let me see where is the, yep, chain 2, the one over here. This is the right spot. Oops. Oh my goodness. Hold on to it now. I'm gonna tie a knot and maybe tie 2 knots, and I'm gonna, you can actually hide it inside here, or you use the tapestry needle to hide it on the inside here. It looks better that way. Hide it all around here. Like this. Don't pull too tight, and the balance I can just cut it off. Okay, now continue to sew. Take the one from here, if you can, the V shape here, you can call this the back loop, but over this side you can call this your front loop. Here and here, but actually it doesn't really matter. Let me see, maybe I should take here and here, because this is not going to be like here where I join this granny square to this granny square. We can see here, maybe I should do it this way. Two strand, oh sorry, wrong needle. I should do it two strand at once. It looks way better for the sides of a bag. There. Right, it looks better. So you go through both strands. This one should be here. And you do all the way all around. See the sides? It looks like this. And I'm going to make a back strap after this. So don't get carried away and seal the top. Because this is where you're going to put your handphone. As for the corner here, I think you just follow the stitches, because both the granny square, even though it's of different pattern, the number of stitches is the same. I made it the same so that when I join it, it's easier. Okay, so I'll come back to you once I have this nicely fastened, and I'm going to do the back strap. Okay, I've connect this nicely. The inside look like this. So now no matter what you put in, this lining won't come out. Now I'm gonna do the back strap, because this is going to be a handphone bag, so the strap has to be a bit thick so that it can hold the weight of the phone. So I'm gonna do half double crochet all the way for the strap. I'm gonna start with here in the middle and here. I'm going to do 2 here, 1 here, and 2 here. I'm just going to, just going to make 1 chain here first. And then I'm going to curl my yarn and do double crochet here. Do 2 double crochet. In the middle, another double crochet, and in this space area here, this space area is from the granny square. 2. So I did 2 half double crochet into this space area, 1 in the middle here and 2 here. So I'm gonna chain 1, turn my work, and again I'm going to do half double crochet. This chain count as 1 as well. So I'm going to do here, oh no, this is 1, not the chain 2 don't count. 1 2 3 4, and that's 1 5 here. So 1 2 3, 4. The last one, 5. Then the back will be quite steady. There are 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 2. Whoops. Chain 2. Sorry, chain 1. It's a half double crochet. Chain 1. Turn your work. Yarn over. You do half double crochet. You do 5 of it, or depending, if you want this strap to be wider, you can do more. And the critical part is always this last stitch here. There, it looks like this. It's quite close together and a lot of yarn, so I think this would be able to hold the weight of your phone. So I'm gonna do to the length that I want and join it here, and later I'll show you how I'm gonna join it over this side. Okay, I've done the back strap to the length that I want. Now make sure it goes the right way. Okay, I've cut the yarn, so I just remove this. Make sure this is in the right manner. Okay, let me get that. It looks better this way. Make it go through here, because we started with 2 half double crochet here, 1 here and 2 here, so we do the same. So we stitch 1 here, go through here and make another one. Pretend that this is a half double crochet. I mean, one glance it does look, it's just another double crochet or single crochet. See? No difference, right? It does look as if it's a double crochet. Now to work our way inside and hide the yarn. You bring it along here. Bring it down here first. Then bring it around here. Hide as much as you can so that it won't come off so easily. If you want, you can add a button here, but for handphone, I think most people would have to take out their handphone quite often, right? I know I would. So if it's a handphone bag, I'm not gonna make any button. If you want, you can refer to the other bag, how I make the button. There it is. Our handphone bag is ready for photo session. I have the heart shape here and a club shape here. And this is how the strap look like. And the lining is this color. If you can get white or pink, it would be better. I couldn't get the nearest white or pink, so this is the only color I have at the moment. Well, it still looks nice. So thank you for watching. Hope you like this pattern. Do subscribe to my channel and look forward to see you in my next post.